Let's do it, man. All right, it's Power 106.
Yep.
It's the Liftoff Show, the LA Leakers. I'm Just Incredible.
I'm DJ Sourmilk.
Joined by Dreamville's very own, our guy Boss is in the building.
What's good?
Man, it's good to have you on the show, bro.
It's good to be here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this is actually my first time sitting with you. I think you've sat with him
once
before.
at least before,
Yeah,
But
this
this
is the
is
first.
I think this is my first time actually sitting with you, man. So
Chopping it up, at least
Yeah.
on camera.
You know,
and you're
Yeah.
welcome.
yeah,
thank
you're
you.
all welcome. Man, what's been up with you, man? It's been a crazy, last year and a half for all of us.
Yeah.
And you seem to use your time wisely with creating and getting in your, your creative space. But yeah, I mean, what's been going on with you, man?
Man, just working, grinding, trying to stay inspired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting excited. Hopefully we'll get to go back out and, touch the fans again.
Perform.
Mhm.
I'm definitely missing that. I'm itching. There's
Yeah.
nothing like that. So,
Right.
I'm just looking forward to getting back to some normalcy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you spend pretty much all of quarantine just recording, or were you just kind of being lazy?
You know what? I had my pockets where I was more inspired than other times,
Yeah.
because my process is very collaborative. I like to be in the studio with a bunch of people.
Okay.
True.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
And also too, like for me, like just going out and being around people and hearing vibes, that's
Right.
inspiring. And not being able to do that.
Right. All of those things were kind of taken from us traveling. Like, I'll do random sessions all over the world, just link up with local producers or artists or whatever and just catch a vibe. So all of that was taken from me. But I think, it kind of forced me to tap into a different side of things,
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
You probably get a little bit more like cerebral sitting in four walls by yourself and get to express some thoughts that were kind of like evading me when life is like so busy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm happy I got to tap into that.
What was that kind of therapeutic for you? Like being
For sure.
do you feel you got more personal and you were able to I don't know, I guess put shit on paper that you might not have done
Yeah.
before?
It felt like my earliest raps in a sense,
Mm.
because like the life wasn't a factor. I
Okay.
wasn't touring, clubbing, the tour, after
Mhm.
party, flight, whatever,
Yeah,
bus,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like none of that was part of it. It was just being home, spending time with family, you know what I mean? Working on self,
Nice.
having talks with my closest friends that we've never had.
Ooh, for real, long conversations.
Long
just-
combos that
yeah.
you're like, man, like I thought I knew you. We ain't even, we never got this
Right?
deep. We just been turning up together for 20
I
years.
know, right?
All those things were, it's just tapping into that inspiration.
Yeah, man.
Did you learn anything about yourself? Being stuck in the house, or
I'm a master chef.
yeah.
Okay.
I ain't know all that.
What's
Okay.
the specialty?
What you need?
I mean,
You
I'm a
let-
burger guy.
steak.
You let me know. Oh, nah, my burgers is elite. Night Train, he tell you about my barbecue.
Burgers are crazy.
I'm
Is
the
it
grill
air
master.
fryer though, or are we
Nah,
like?
we go to the grill.
Ooh, okay. So you
We go
already
to-
I don't know if I trust
Flame
that though,
broiled.
man. Listen, he eats anything, bro.
You got a point. I ain't gonna lie. Night Train's an easy homie to cook for. 'Cause he's like, man, it's so good. Like, you know what I mean? It's rice.
Y'all.
It's rice, bro. I put it in the cooker and it's there for you, but you know what I mean?
So Burger Game is crazy.
Burger game is crazy. My fish game is up there. I've been working on the fish game.
Fire.
Just
Okay.
trying different things.
That's right.
Fuck with it.
Also trying different things in the studio. It sounds like as well.
Yeah.
A lot
For
of
sure.
progressive sounds and some new kind of vibes from you, man. I mean, I want to get back to the the early days, but let's just get into the Jackie.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the Jackie and creating that record.
Yeah, I was working on the off season with Cole, and Cole's real regimented. He got like his hoop dream, so he wake up and he's hooping for a couple hours, then he's like doing his personal thing, and then he's like got the studio for a certain block. So every day we're working within those hours, and I think we had been working on like Let Go of My Hand or one of them records, and obviously everything on the Cole album has a real like kind of deep vibe, and it's you know what I mean. So we stopped and we're like, we got like 30 minutes left. He's like, let's just do something fun. Like, let's just do something different. So he's like, yo, T-Minus sent me this pack. Let's go through these beats.
Fire.
First beat he played, that melody for the Jackie came on. And we just looked at each other like, you know what? Don't even play no more. Like, just run it.
Run it up.
Yeah, shout out to T-Minus, man. Hella inspiring.
That's what's up,
Man,
man.
that's crazy, man.
And
And so then the process goes. He comes up with the hook and
Yes, you know what? That whole week he was even the songs I did for the off season, he was like challenging me to like not write nothing, which
Okay.
is different from my process. But that's one reason I like working with Cole.
Is that
like,
is that how he records? No writing.
Nah, I don't think so. I'm thinking it's a mix,
Okay.
obviously. You know what I mean? But he's always trying to push me out of my comfort zone
Mhm.
from that regard, like when we're in the studio. So he, you know, I'm the type I might want to write it down, walk around, sing the melody to myself. All right, I got it. Let me record it. And he was like, yo, let's just cut on the mic, do what you feel, and like we'll refine the words. You know what I mean? We'll fine tune it. So yeah, that's how we did the Jackie in like 30 minutes. It was like.
Sheesh.
And why the title, the Jackie?
So that the Jackie Robinson Parkway takes you from Queens to Brooklyn. It used to be called the Inner Borough. They renamed it after Jackie Robinson. So that's the thing in New York. Like if you're going from Queens to Brooklyn, people will hit you like, where you at? Yo, I'm on the Jackie.
I'm on the Jackie. Okay.
I'll be there in a little bit. So what I was explaining to Cole is, at least, you know, for my verse, my stand was we used to have, you know, in the summers in New York, you grow up, you might go to the park. The summers when you're going to meet a bunch of different people, right? Because it's like grind all winter, you know, shine all summer. It's a little different in L.A. You just shine year round.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but like
right.
New York people really go into hibernation and they pop out for summer. So you'll go to the park, you'll see girls you've never seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you know, you chop it up, you link, and she from another borough. She from the Bronx. She from Brooklyn.
Okay.
So like yeah, like I come see you or whatever, and then you pull up and you're like, you see all the dudes on the block, and it's like, this dude was probably her first boyfriend. Like this dude is like her neighbor that's crushing on her, and you're just like, oh man, like I'm feeling the energy. You know, but it's like, it's a very relatable, like, New York. I can't even call it summer love. I guess it's, you know, on the precipice of summer love. It's not quite there. But, you know, it was just something I knew people could relate to.
Fire.
That's dope, man. And what? Oh, sorry.
No,
I
I was
cut you
just
off.
gonna ask about Lil Tjay, like how the collaboration or y'all picked, you know, him, because it's a great fit for the record.
Yeah, that was the main thing. First, it was like, all right, we wanted to find somebody from New York, just because the story was very New York, and then. He's just like youngest in charge, man. Like,
right.
and then from another standpoint, just from like producing a record standpoint, like we just thought his voice, cadence,
yeah,
everything would fit like that bright melody,
right.
And it's like something I haven't really heard him on.
True. Yeah, I was gonna say unexpected was a word I was gonna use too, which also equals exciting in the time we're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. Yeah, the record's great, man. Sounds amazing on the radio. Of course, in the clubs and everything like that. So congrats on the track, man.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
So what's like some of the stuff that inspired you early on? Obviously, you know, you said for this record here, you know, just getting on the Jackie and going, you know, but what's some of the other stuff that inspired you growing up, man, that made you want to get into music and you know, really pursue that art?
I would say like Pharrell, NERD was like a big part of that. Definitely just because sonically they appealed to things that I didn't necessarily find in like hip hop. You know, I grew up listening to like Daft Punk, Jamiroquai, like Chili Peppers. Like I was listening to all types of stuff. And then like Nas and Hov and like, but like the things that caught like musically, you know, trained my ear to different sounds were like other things I was listening to. And I felt like Nerd kind of married those worlds. It was the first time for me where I like, man, you guys get like both sides of it. Yeah. You know, so I think, you know, that's something I've definitely tried to emulate in my career as far as bringing in all the sounds that influenced me, whether it's like South African house or, you know, Afro beats to like some New York sound and stuff to some trap stuff. Like just trying to really be like a little melting pot of everything that inspires me.
That's hard. Yeah. And now what do your parents think? Because you have immigrant parents, right?
Yep.
So when you tell them you want to pursue rap for a living, do they look at you like you're fucking crazy?
It was tough at first because I dropped out of school and everything. But you know what made it easier for me is Ebe dropped out to manage Cole.
Okay.
Which they really freaked out over that.
Right.
But then they super made it. So when it came time for me, they were like, man, just go rock with your bro. You'll be all right.
Follow.
Yeah, you'll be all right. They knew I was in good hands.
And,
you know, they knew we had a plan. But obviously, you know, and that's the cool thing now is a lot of like East African kids or whatever the case may be, kids from like our parts of the world, they see like me or Ebe or my brother Moma who DJs, and they're like, you know, that's not something that's ever like promoted to us, the arts. Right. Because our OGs came from like real dire situations. Like, so you got to be a lawyer, you got to be a doctor, an engineer, like something to secure the next generation. So it's cool now to see kids like, you know, take that inspiration from us. Like y'all like us and y'all doing it.
Right.
And did you travel back to their homeland like growing up?
Yeah, we used to go like every other summer. We'd go to Sudan. Okay. I still now go every December. Me and my brother, at least a few of the homies. Me and Night Train did South Africa a few times.
That's dope. Fire.
I'll just go to the continent and pick a few cities. Try to pick like somewhere I haven't been.
You have a lot of family out there still? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, I got family everywhere. That's the kind of the beauty of coming from these like impoverished countries is like the seeds are everywhere. Like I got family in the Middle East, all over Europe, you know, all over the States. Like I can go anywhere and find family. That's KC, who's like our tour manager, manages a lot of cold tours. The early tours, he'd be like, man, how many cousins you got? Because every city we in, we're like in Birmingham, UK. I'm like, I got 7 names for you. He's like, what? Like, it don't matter where we at. You're going to see a bunch of dudes that look like me pop up.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope moment, you know, for all of us this year to have Cole, you know, drop that freestyle with the LA Leakers and Power 106. But your shout out in there where he references your mom.
Yo, she was geek.
Man.
She was geek. She was so geek. Like she was so hype. She went on Facebook and was stunting extra hard to the whole Sudanese community.
I love that.
Yeah. It's ill.
I seen Eve put up a video on the gram of like her watching the video of the Cole freestyle. And
my mom loves a good stunt, so that was that was her.
Nice flex.
She might have more like rapper aura than any of us. Straight up.
We know where it comes from. Though. You know, apple don't fall far from the tree.
That's hard.
Yeah, man, that was a dope moment, man. And being, you know, a native New Yorker, we want to get your thoughts on Locks versus Dipset.
Classic. I hope, you know, I'm happy that Jada and the Locks got their viral moment. For real. You know, they never had that. That was after their time.
But I feel like majority of people were saying, oh, Dipset is gonna destroy.
Right. Yeah, before it. Yeah, they were.
Right.
And that's ill because I was mentioning it to somebody earlier. Like I've been seeing a lot of like clips from all these festivals that are coming back, and I'm like, man, the energy's so crazy.
Right.
And I can't wait to get back out there. But also there's like a lack of performance nowadays. You know what I mean? I don't think
really is.
A lot of kids, no one really taught them how to perform.
You
they
can
never
see that. You for sure can see that.
Watched anyone. These are like their first shows.
Right.
And it's just like, play the track. My vocals are on it.
Right.
Let's turn up. And Jada was like, my breath control is A1, my confidence.
Bro.
Everything about what he was doing was like, this is a true performer. Like this is what gives you a 15, 20-year career. Is people want to come and catch that energy.
No
you
doubt.
know?
Yeah, I feel like some of the performers that I see, they're not even rapping over their tracks. They're just jumping around and shit, just letting the song play. It's like, yo.
Yeah, that's like a real thing going on right now.
It's crazy,
it's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But, you know, that's why I love to see that. I love to see people like watching him and being like, wow. It was some people that never really even seen a performance like that.
Nah, for real.
You know, and they're like, this is how it's supposed to be.
And then the DJ connection with the whole performance was just fire, man. The timing of everything.
Yeah, the DJ killed it, man.
You know what I mean?
His timing was dope.
It was sick, man. It was great for hip hop though. Hip hop's like on fire, man. It like put everything right back front and center.
For sure.
You know, you've got the Tyler album that just dropped, and his performance was amazing. At
I'm waiting on G Unit to hit that verses though.
Oh,
I'm from
I was
Queens.
thinking about that.
I'm from Queens. Queens got something to say.
Listen, bro, I don't know. I feel like they
say.
fucking hate each other or something.
But you know what?
All the G Unit.
Yeah,
we would have said the same about Dipset.
That's true.
A few years ago.
True.
So they patched it up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
listen, I hope so.
They got to get in there.
I hope so. But
that last Banks album, he's still rapping.
Oh no,
elite.
That motherfucker's really spitting.
He's still rapping elite.
Oh hell yeah!
And they got the catalog and it's big Queens. Come on,
all day, all day.
We let Yonkers and Harlem have their moment.
It's Queens time,
but it's Queens time.
That's
for
what's
sure.
up, man.
Speaking of it being Queens time, man, when are we getting this album?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us, man. Like, I mean, what can you tell us? Because I know you guys are real strategic with what info you give out, what info you don't give out.
I would give you all the info I had, honestly. But I've been real intentional this go around. You guys, I've known you guys for a minute. You know, you've seen my career, my come up, and the steps in that. And one of the things I identified for myself personally that I wanted to do and achieve is to like craft bigger records. You know what I mean? And the Jackie was like the first step in that. I got a song that I want to release next with Gunna, which is like just another unexpected collaboration.
Dope.
You know what I mean? And it's like I have my base, but I want to grow. I want to grow bigger, and I want to make these songs to take me there.
Yeah.
So that's been a big focus. I think before I'd make the album and I'd pick the singles, and this is the first time like I had a good bit of the album done, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make the singles. I'm gonna be intentional with the singles I put out.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I mean, judging off the Jackie, I'm guessing it's probably the same for the Gunna record, but I feel like y'all met in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like you and TJ.
That's most important because you know, like I want to keep my artistic integrity with everything I do.
Yeah.
You know, I want like my core fan base loves the Jackie. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to do something to them that's like who the hell is this dude? You know what I mean? They're all rocking with it, and it's also, you know, like radio's been supporting it. It's taking me to places that I haven't necessarily been before. In my own career, and that's, you know, like I said, that's intentional. So it's cool to be able to do both, and that's kind of the art form to me. You know, that's the fun, that's the puzzle of sitting in the studio. Like, how can I make something dope and tasteful, but also, you know, grow beyond where I've been?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure, like, how many records would you say you've recorded that you've had to be like, all right, maybe I might have gone too far with this one. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, you know, with a fan base like yours, I feel like if you do anything too far left, they're gonna look at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a very passionate fan base.
They are passionate, but you know, I think of my very first mixtape, which isn't even available like online. But the intro, like I ripped a Jamiroquai beat off YouTube and I rapped on that, you know. And I was always getting on like alternative sounding music or, you know, Afro beats. Like I've dabbled in that, and I think by doing so, it's kind of just opened up my parameters to where my fan base is very like flexible. Yeah, like they're gonna go with me where I take it.
They're not shocked with.
They're never shocked, you know. But you know, that's, like I said, that's the funness. You still got to be tasteful about it. Yeah. So I don't really think I have any songs where I've made and I'm like, this ain't me. Yeah. Because I don't feel that way when I approach anything. I feel like I can get on anything.
Dope.
It's dope, man. It's dope. Do you feel, you know, is it competitive though inside of the Dreamville sport camp? Like, you know, even going back to the Revenge of the Dreamers.
I mean, Dreamers, I mean, even like my verse on Down Bad, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I'm following Jid. So I'm like, I got a black. You got Jid, one of the best rappers doing it.
Right.
Like, you don't follow Jid with a dud. You know what I mean? Nah. So it's competitive in all the best ways.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It brings the best out of all of us. Like, if we're on a track together, it ain't about like, I gotta kill you. It's just like, yo,
just steel sharpens steel.
Exactly. Kind of it's like we all gotta get off on this. So yeah, definitely.
What were those sessions like? We haven't really had a chance to talk to you about it. There's so many like stories and myths almost, you know. But
man, it was the most inspiring like 10, 11 days. I had literally just landed from South Africa, and I went straight to the studio, and Jid was working on Down Bad. As soon as I walked in, I said, yo, I got next. Save me the next verse. He was like, bet.
That's exactly how I picture it. Yeah. I got next. Let's go.
I got next. That was the first day, first 30 minutes in the studio, I started writing my Down Bad verse. And then that just kind of set the tone. You know, you walk into one room. I think a lot of times when you're in the studio, you have moments where, you know, you might get stagnant or stall out. But it's like, if you did that, like Buddy will burst in the room. You know what I mean? Like Kramer and Seinfeld with just like energy, like, that you can't resist, you know what I mean? Or like you go in another room and Guap Dad's in there, or, you know, Smino, Saba, just everybody that was in there. Ari had a really like groovy room with like cool lights and stuff. T-Minus, I think I tripped acid and watched T-Minus make beats for like 12 hours one day. I didn't
Wait, he was just sitting there making beats 12 hours straight?
12 hours, I'm just sitting on the couch like having an experience with bro, like, you know what I mean? It was just so much you could do. It was like a theme park. You know what I mean? It was like a theme park.
Rap theme park.
Yeah, straight up.
To circle back to the album a little bit, do you have a title in mind for it yet?
I don't.
I don't know if I believe you, bro.
I swear, I wish. I'm real picky with titles, too.
Okay.
So if I showed you, I have a note in my phone with like 60 titles.
60?
Yeah. I just haven't settled on one.
I mean, it's going to be hard to cut down 60. Down. What about how many records do you think you've recorded for it?
A bunch, you know, probably definitely like over 40 to 50, but I like, you know, concise albums. I know everyone's in the streaming age where it's like throw 20 songs up and run the streams up, but I can't get myself to do that.
I'm with you, bro.
I can't get myself to do that.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah, it's got to be cohesive. It's got to be
You've always put together great cohesive projects, too.
Thank you, bro.
So I feel that. Yeah, sometimes it's like if I see 24 tracks or something, it's just
it's
like,
overwhelming.
Yeah, you don't know where to go. And I think the cohesiveness of it, you could feel it in the body of the work. It's a little all over the place.
Right.
That's been my experience.
Let's talk sports a little bit, man. You're a Queens guy, So I'm guessing not a Nets fan?
You know what? KD's my guy though.
Oh yeah, love
KD's
KD.
my dog.
Yeah.
So,
But if you had to pick one.
I'm a Knicks fan. That's just for life.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not one of those Knicks fans that actively roots against the Nets. Like,
see,
I
you're
was
better
happy.
than me, bro,
Right,
because
when
I
it comes
root
to
against the Clippers, dog.
Yeah. That's true. But y'all been at it forever. They kind of just got to Brooklyn. So
Okay,
when they
yeah.
were in Jersey, it was like,
Yeah.
they in Jersey
No one
anyway.
cared.
Yeah, no one cares. Now they in Brooklyn. It's like they bring good energy to the city. So I'm
Yeah.
not mad at it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's right.
that's fair. I don't know, but like, I mean, the Clippers though, they were irrelevant for so long that I just never gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Clippers Lakers is like Giants Jets. It's probably closer to that.
yeah.
Where we really don't rock. Like I'm a Jets fan, so we're on the Clippers side of things.
Okay.
Because we're not the winning friend. We're not the winning cousin. We're the losing cousin. But like the hate is real.
Dog, that's exactly how it is out here, man.
For real.
That's exactly how it is out here. What do you think? Who do you think? I mean, we saw Cole play, dog. What roster is he making in the NBA?
It's a good question.
Cole?
Yeah.
See, I put me on the spot.
Hold on. Who could use Cole?
First I
Who
thought-
could use a 2-guard, bro?
Yo, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro's jumper is very consistent now.
Okay.
It looks, from the videos.
It's very
he's
consistent.
knocking them down, bro.
Yeah, he's been working out with like real trainers.
Nah, I saw that. He was working out with that
Bro,
one dude.
I knew it was coming because this is like years ago. What was the tour? For Your Eyes Only, when he was in the jumpsuit, and like, you know, he'd get off stage, it'd be over. I'm backstage, like, yo, we going out. What we doing? And he's just like in the dressing room doing dribble drills. Like,
wow.
right after set, I'm like, all right, well, this dude's on a different type of time right now.
Wait, so at that point, did he already have his mindset like, yo, I'm gonna play professionally one day? And did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I know he had his mindset. He knew. Just because he was dedicated to it. Like, every day backstage, he's doing like Steph Curry drills. He got like 2 basketballs, drenched, sweating from his show. I'm like, what is bro doing? We're not going out. Like, it's lit out there. We're hooping. It's midnight. What are we doing? So, you know, but that's Cole. Like, dude is so driven. You would never even know what his next, you know, plan is. Like, he might be taking like pilot lessons right now, flying above us. And then one day, like, yo, I'm flying planes now. You're not gonna know, right?
And like, does that make you feel like you have to do so much more when you have a motherfucker like that?
You know, in the best of ways.
Yeah.
And that was what was so cool about doing the off-season sessions. I had been working by myself for like the majority of the pandemic, and then just seeing how disciplined and how he stuck to his like, I have days I ain't gonna front. I'd be like, man, like, I'm going to play some 2K today. I might not make it to the studio. Right. Let me run some FIFA. And then you're like, damn, it's late. I'll get in tomorrow. And I was sitting there at the auction session like, damn, like, this dude has the world. And, like, he's so, it's like, it's sick. I'm like, damn, I'm not doing enough. So only in the best of ways, it'll have you like, man, I got to work harder for sure.
That's dope, man. Yeah. You've got to work with a lot of people. I'm sure there's some people that are still on the wish list, though. Is there anybody that is currently on that list, like that you have in mind that you might be trying to get with the album?
Skateboard P.
Oh, P.
I need it. It will be a full circle moment.
Yeah,
right.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Man. And have you reached out to his team at all, like for the project?
I need to. I know he got in with Ari, so it wouldn't be hard.
Okay.
I know there's already like a Dreamville link there. Shout out to Ari Lennox,
no doubt.
I haven't personally, but like I know Ferg is real close to him. Ferg's my guy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I definitely I want to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I mean, he's probably watching. If you want to give him a little sales
Pharrell,
pitch, right there, man.
We need it. It's that simple. One sentence, man. I need one.
Yeah.
Get one, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to do something different too, like something off the wall.
Yeah, man. Put that into the universe.
Yeah, we need that first. If it
That's
happens.
what I just did.
Yeah,
we
that's
need
right.
that first if it happens.
That's right. When it happens, right?
Yeah, exactly. When it happens.
Hey, man, Boss is here. The Jackie is out now, available everywhere. We've got a new song to look forward to, a collaboration with Gunna.
Yep.
And then Project, hopefully before like the end of the year. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yep. That's the plan for sure.
That's right. And for
Can't
now,
wait.
we keep heating this summer up with the Jackie.
Yeah. We'll be out on road. I got to come out. I'm doing I'll be out on the off-season tour. I'll pop up for sure.
Okay.
I got to pop up for that. I'm doing Rolling Loud LA.
Congrats, man. That's right. Rolling
Thank you.
Loud. Yeah.
You know,
man.
hopefully everything stays cool.
Right, bro.
Right.
And then
Motherfuckers got to take care of themselves out here,
Yeah,
dog.
be safe.
Yeah. Be safe
Be
first
safe,
and foremost.
for
But
real.
you know, hopefully that still happens and
Yeah.
we get to rock out.
Let's go.
Of course.
Let's go, man. All right, it's the LA Leakers.
Uh-huh.
Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop. Thank
Know
you for
that.
coming through, man.
No doubt. Thanks for having me.